Studios presents Common Censored.
And elections, forget about it. That's over. That's done. If he gets in, I can tell you right now, he will never leave. He will never leave. You know that. He will never leave. What does that mean? Is that the country we want to live in? Do we want him running this country and saying, I'm not leaving, I'm dictator for life? I hope this new ad campaign reaches outside the bubble to remind supporters of what a danger he is to our lives. This is not a threat. This is a reality. And that's why I've joined the Biden-Harris campaign, because the only way to preserve our freedoms and hold on to our humanity is to vote for Joe Biden for president. Really. We don't have a choice. On January 6th, while Republican lawmakers despicably tried to keep the loser Trump,
You're a fucking mook, M-O-O-K, mook! You're a traitor to Italian and Jews! You're a traitor to Italian Jews, you fucking cunt! You cunt! You ain't cunt! Bobby De Niro, you're a fucking cunt! Fuck you fucking piece of shit! He's a mook! M-O-O-K! Robert De Niro's a fucking mook! Fuck you!
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Common Censored. I'm Lord Sterling, and thank you for joining us today, all of you censored commoners. Welcome back. Happy belated Memorial Day to everybody. Respect to all of our fallen heroes from over the centuries. Shout out to Threeper for his birthday. Happy birthday, Threeper. Hope you had a good weekend, brother. And I'm going to have to take that Ron DeSantis clip that that you guys know I have with... Here, let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh, here we go. I'm going to have to take this and swap out. So instead of saying Ron DeSantis, it says...
No, I'm Ron DeSantis.
Bobby De Niro.
Oh, I'm fucking gay.
Oh, I'm Bobby De Niro. Oh, I'm fucking gay. Ha! Gay! Fuck Robert De Niro, man. Unbelievable. So, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for being here. This is episode 162. The Secret Service is now coordinating with the jail to prep for Trump going to jail. So, god damn, that's pretty crazy. We got lots of big news today. A Chase Bank exploded in Ohio. The WHO pandemic treaty is collapsing. And big ups to all of you guys in the chat and on Rumble. We got 49 people watching right now, which is possibly our biggest crowd yet at the start of an episode. So thanks for being here with us today. Make sure to join us Monday through Friday at 6:30-ish p.m. Eastern Time, as we break down all the crazy clown world, the clusterfuck chaos. Use hashtag CommonCensored when you share the show on X, where you can find us at _CommonCensored. Links to all of the content we cover today will be posted down in the description afterwards, along with some timestamps. Thanks to Mama Mac. Shout out to Mama Mac. Thank you for all your help. So if you guys are pressed for time watching this later on after the live broadcast and want to focus your attention to maximize the efficiency of your time, hop down into the description, check the timestamps and the stories that interest you, and jump right to them. Speaking of Mama Mac, make sure to also head over to alplama.com, your new herbal health guru, to find tinctures to help aid all of your ailments. Natural remedies, that's the way to go. Big ups to Mama Mac and team. They'll help hook you up with something that'll help you out. And if you want to support the show directly, you can head on over to our link tree where you can subscribe monthly via Subscribe Star, and locals make one-time donations via Cash App, Venmo. We will read Rumble rants if anybody wants to Rumble rant throughout the episode and make your thoughts heard. Happy to share them with the interwebs. Disclaimer. Views expressed on Comment Censored are only opinions. Assume everything we say is false and research for yourself. We're not giving medical, legal, or financial advice. The only advice we are giving is think for yourself. Question authority. Think for yourself. Question authority. And don't listen to Mama Mac down there saying think for authority, question yourself. That's nonsense, Mama Mac. Oh, you're welcome, Threeper. Hope you're having a good birthday, brother. And I'll be bringing up chats throughout the show as well. For instance, Threeper right here. I salute you, Patriot. Appreciate you being here. Alp Llama, yuck. Tastes bad, but does good. That's right. All right, let's jump into the news stuff. I mentioned it right off the bat, but we have the Secret Service. This is getting real crazy now. Secret Service has met with local jail officials to discuss preparations for President Trump to go behind bars. Holy hell. What are they going to do? Clear out a whole floor on Rikers and send Trump in there with his Secret Service? Or is this an administrative assassination attempt where they're trying to put him in jail, trying to strip him of his Secret Service to isolate him and Epstein him? Hopefully that's not the case. Big prayers going out for President Trump. Our POTUS, our F-POTUS. This is getting really crazy. Let's jump into the article. This one's by Cullen Linebarger at the Gateway Pundit. A possibly disturbing development has unfolded, leaving many to believe the fix is already in for a Trump conviction or imprisonment. As Gateway Pundit readers know, corrupt Judge Juan Merchan has kept President Trump sidelined for a large chunk of the 2024 presidential campaign while violating his First Amendment rights, keeping him gagged, with people like AOC even talking about how he's basically locked up like an ankle brace, like an ankle monitor effectively in the Bronx, which is why he had to go to the Bronx for that awesome rally that he did. One of his best, epic turnout. The whole a crowd full of black and brown people, proving the media wrong, that he doesn't have any minority support. That was really great to see. Awesome to watch people waking up. So this is really crazy. Biden also said that he's going to come out and do a press conference following the results of this trial. So making people think that the fix may be in, that the jury may go guilty. And there's some weird stuff going on with the jury anyway. The judge giving strange jury instructions, saying that they don't have to pay, that they don't have to actually agree with the specific charges that he is being charged with. The guilt on those specific charges may not be it's weird. It's weird. Anyway, now we learn that Secret Service officials may have met with jailhouse officials to prepare President Trump to go to prison. What's possibly even more alarming is that corrections officers will be responsible for protecting agents assigned to Trump. Recall that Jeffrey Epstein died under suspicious circumstances after guards were assigned to watch and stop him from getting killed. That means that Trump being thrown behind bars will put his life at stake. A fever dream for Democrats and never-Trumpers. From CBS, quote, "It's a possibility that officials in state and federal agencies have begun preparing for," according to New York corrections source, who said that Secret Service has met with local jail officials. As a former president, Trump is entitled to Secret Service protection for the rest of his life, wherever he happens to be. Behind bars, corrections officers would in turn be responsible for protecting those agents assigned to Trump. Jim Hoft reported earlier this month that Merchan threatened Trump with prison time after $1,000 fines failed to have any impact. Yeah, they'd fine him $1,000 for every time he says something. Whole situation is outrageous. Trump conviction and imprisonment would be incredibly profitable for Merchan's daughter, Lauren, who has already raised $93 million off the case. Previously, she worked for the Biden-Harris campaign. So this is getting really crazy. It's I don't know what's going to happen later this week, but it's probably not going to be good. Probably not going to be good. What do you guys think? 1 in the chat if Trump is going to go to jail. 0 if Trump is not going to be going to jail. Let me know what you guys think. Super, super nuts. In related news, with the Trump trial, we had Judge Merchan screaming at Trump's lawyer, Todd Blanche, when he made a quip about Bragg's prosecutors wanting to send Trump to prison, that being the end goal, not justice. They just want to get him to prison, regardless of whether he's guilty or not. He's back in court today. Let's see. This article talks about the charging documents and everything. Alvin Bragg didn't explain what exactly he wanted to convict Trump of in the charging documents. This is ridiculous. Bragg still has not clearly stated the predicate crimes, but it doesn't matter. The court is ready to find Trump guilty and send him to prison. Merchan made it easier for the jury to convict Trump. This is what I was talking about a minute ago. When he sided with Bragg's prosecutors, I thought it was the other article, so I was scanning it looking for this. But here it is in this article. When he sided with Bragg's prosecutors and ruled the jury does not need to unanimously agree on the predicate crime Trump committed. Are you kidding me? What? They don't even need to agree on the predicate crime? It's a total setup. It's a total rigged game. TGP, the Gateway Pundit contributor Paul Ingracia is inside of the courthouse live reporting. So we will keep an eye on that as it's going on. Let's jump over to Ingracia's X real quick. Breaking! I'm back at the courthouse covering the Trump sham trial today. Today is the first day of summations. It has been reported that Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, Lara Trump, Tiffany Trump, Michael Boulos, Steve Witkoff, Will Scharf, and DeRoy Murdoch will join President Trump today in court. Man, who knows what's going to happen? President Trump's lawyers did also eviscerate the Trump lawyer turned rat Michael Cohen, calling him the gloat, the greatest liar of all time. That's right, Threeper. The crime here, the predicate crime, is going against the Uniparty. Very astute observation, sir. Jarmy Vicious, thanks for joining us on YouTube. Good to see you. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Jetlag saying 0. Threeper saying 1. Jarmy eventually siding on 0. So yeah, hopefully they don't send him to prison, but anything is possible. Shout out to Jetlag over on YouTube. Also, this is completely crazy. Total madness. Total madness. Per Paul Ingracia, Judge Merchan tells the jurors that nothing the lawyers said is evidence, and nothing said during the summations is evidence. You and you alone are the judges of the facts of this case. Well, if there's not even a predicate crime, then what are they judging on? It's so ridiculous. Merchan, I am responsible for explaining the law, not the lawyers. Your sworn duty as jurors is to follow my instructions on the law as you promised me that you would. So madness. If you guys want to check out more information about this interaction with Merchan screaming at Trump's lawyer, check out the link in the description. But we got to keep moving because there's tons of stuff. We took a day off yesterday. Sorry about that, guys. But we ended up having stuff to do. We're going to hop over to Lou Valentino's broadcast from Saturday night, I think, and skip to 51:45. He was covering the Libertarian Convention and Trump showing up to speak there, where he was met with a hostile crowd, to say the least. Lots of boos. Really sadly, the Libertarian Party seems to be co-opted and completely overtaken at this point by left libertarians. Spoiler alert, there's no such thing as left libertarians. You're philosophically inconsistent, idiots, basically, if you think that you can be left and libertarian at the same time. We'll get more into the Libertarian Party a little bit later on. But we have Trump over here at the Libertarian Convention saying that he now is a libertarian, which is kind of big news. Check this out.
Fun. Well, in the last year, I've been
indicted by the government on 91 different things. So if I wasn't a libertarian before, I sure as hell am a libertarian now.
Interesting. Very interesting. Very
And unlike
interesting.
Joe
Libertarians made a big mistake here. They were too disrespectful, I think. This is Trump was making the point, join us, libertarians, join us. You have 3% of the vote. Don't be losers. It's time for you to win. I think Trump needs to join the libertarians, not the party, but the libertarian philosophy, small government, sound money, non-interventionist foreign policy, maximize individual rights, minimize government intervention domestically and abroad. We need to pull Trump into the libertarian side more. He's had he's kind of like a moderate Democrat for much of his life. He's shifted a little bit more to the right. We need to pull him over all the way to the libertarian side. There's another point in here. I don't know where it is in this video, but I got it over here with Jones posting this. This was another great quote from Trump during his speech at the Libertarian Convention, where he quotes Patrick Henry. This gave me goosebumps, man. Check this out.
The words of the great American patriot Patrick Henry, give me liberty or give me death.
Yeah, that's right. Give me liberty or give me death.
The great American patriot Patrick Henry, give me liberty or give me death.
Booyah! That's the type of energy that I like. Liberty or death, period. No compromise. They get us. They trick us with a compromise, guys. The compromise is the whole idea of compromising. No, we can't compromise. We started off as an individualist nation, all the way over on the right, and the left tries to compromise. So every time we compromise with the left and close the distance, we're incrementally shifting to the left. We can't allow it. We have to maintain our position, maintain philosophical consistency. Otherwise, we're on a perpetual slope downhill towards the left, which we cannot allow. Cannot allow. So this is good. We got to encourage Trump's libertarian instincts. The Libertarian Party had a great opportunity to try to pull Trump over, but they kind of blew it. Like in Billy Madison, you blew it. So they fucked up. They were acting wild over there. Libertarian Party's co-opted, and they we'll get into it a little bit. They nominated Chase Oliver, who's like an LGBT subverter. So not good stuff over there. We saw a Trump flag spotted flying at a New York post office on Memorial Day. Kind of interesting. Deep blue New York, and yet they have Trump flags flying at the post office. This is huge. Trump flag spotted on the flagpole at the New York post office on Memorial Day, waving alongside the American flag and POW flags. Even New York is in play at this point, especially after that Bronx rally. I think we are all, going to be possibly surprised as we watch New York flip red this year. But don't take it for granted. Keep making your voices heard. And we have more evidence that we could be seeing a red shift, not light shifting red as it moves away from us, but a shift towards the right in politics in New York. Look at this. We played a clip of it at the beginning of the show with Robert De Niro getting accosted earlier today after his stupid little speech, which we all are dumber for having heard because he's stuck outside of the Trump thing. But here we have Joey Manarino. Man, this is a seriously Italian-looking dude right here. So I'm taking his word over De Niro any day. He looks more Italian, so he wins. Washed up Hollywood failure. Robert De Niro just went outside of Trump's New York courthouse to flail his arms and cry about Trump triggering him. Robert, on behalf of Italian Americans everywhere, we will no longer claim you. Hit the showers with Joe and Ashley and you get the f*** out of New York. You haven't had a decent movie in years and you've always been second to Sylvester Stallone. Matter of fact, go get your boy Harry Sisson and fly off to Cancun together, Harry Sisson. Oh, there's words for that type of dude, but we can't say him on YouTube, unfortunately. They have out of three of the same letters as the word fig, like the fig tree. You'll enjoy, and they're also known as bundles of sticks. You'll enjoy yourself according to what people say about you and these limp wrists. Yeah, if you flew off to Cancun with Harry Sisson, let's check out Joey Manarino's rant. This is a good one.
Okay, as an Italian American, I gotta say it, Robert De Niro, we don't fuck with you anymore.
Ding, ding, ding.
We don't want you as part of our community anymore. We don't claim you anymore. Matter of fact, I don't know who can have you, but we don't want you. So we disown you. We want to trade you. I don't know who we're going to trade you for.
Seriously, Gator.
But you're out of here. Bottom line, Robert De Niro came in front of Trump's courthouse right now and did this whole rant talking about Trump being a tyrant. Trump needs to not be in New York anymore. He's not welcome in the city. Robert, Trump owns a whole motherfucking lot more real estate in New York than you do. You're talking about January 6th? Really? That's what you got to talk about, De Niro? Why don't you talk about your last movies flopping? Why don't you talk about your whole career being forgotten, and now you're just a surrogate for the Biden campaign? You're running around pimping yourself for a man who showered with his underage daughter like a pedophile. That's how you want your legacy to be remembered, De Niro, not for your movies? I mean, I understand, because the movies were never all that with De Niro. De Niro has always been overrated. Stallone has always been the superior Italian-American. De Niro
does what he's good at, playing a psychopath murderer. Cape Fear, Taxi Cab. Is that what it's called? Where he plays Travis, the guy with the little guns that pop out. He's a fucking psycho loser scumbag. So those are the types of characters he plays. Mobsters, people that are bad people. That's what Robert De Niro does. Where compared with Stallone, who wrote Rocky, an uplifting story of hard work, merit, working hard, being a good person. I side with Sly on this one.
Has been the poor man's Stallone his whole career. Let's just be honest. The man is not all that skilled. So on behalf of the Italian-American community, De Niro, Roberto, we don't want you. Go find somebody else to fuck with. We're not playing you anymore. As far as I'm concerned, you're done to us. Go and sit there with Biden. Go. What do you want to take a shower with Joe? You want to be Ashley next?
Spicy.
You want to bend over for Joseph Robinette Biden? You're supporting a man who's a fucking fool. You're supporting a man who has crashed the economy. I know you own Nobu. I don't fuck with Nobu because of you, motherfucker. But you own Nobu, so you're not worried about the common man's problems. You're not worried about the way that we, who live on a budget, who are middle-class Americans, have to live because of the man that you're simping for.
Makes
Robert,
sense, Gator.
You are the one who needs to get out of New York.
That's right, get the fuck out.
Who we no longer claim as an Italian-American. Go hang out with your little boy Biden, get some showers, and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, fuck you, Robert De Niro, you son of a bitch. You motherfucker, you're pure evil!
It's pure evil!
You fucking shit leftard.
Los zurdos de mierda.
You know what I fucked up during that Robert De Niro speech? I should have. I should have played the retard alert.
Retard alert! Retard alert, class!
Let's check out another clip of this De Niro stuff. I got a few clips to go through here. This one's a good one. As he's walking down the street following his little speech. Check this out.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Walk the street you touch kids! You touch kids! You loser! Fuck you! Suck my dick! Your mother should have swallowed!
Do you have a dick?
We're trying to be gentlemen in this world.
Yeah, right.
You are
the Democrats trying to be gentlemen by cutting off all your power and cutting off your kids' dicks. We're trying to be gentlemen. Fuck you, De Niro.
Excuse me.
You are gangsters. You're washed up. Fuck you.
Fuck you. How about that?
You're a softie! You're a nobody! You're trash! You're trash! You're done! You're done after this, my guy! Robert De Niro puts Donald Trump in the face! Fuck you, De Niro! Fuck He's gonna go to jail. That's why he's so worried. When Trump goes to guys, back up. You're a fucking mook, M-O-O-K, mook.
Fucking mook in my
You're
Luke.
a traitor to Italian and Jews. You're a traitor to Italian Jews, you fucking cunt. You cunt. You ain't cunt. Bobby De Niro, you're a fucking cunt.
You know what they say about cunts.
Shit. He's a mook.
There's no cure for being a cunt.
Right?
M-O-O-K. Robert De Niro's a fucking mook.
Love to see it. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. About time he got a little kickback, a little pushback with his bullshit. Chicago Ray over here posting. Whoop, oh, we got another retard alert. My bad. My bad. Trump supporters and the fake ass Trump trial shouted so loud and so often that Robert De Niro couldn't get his jury tampering message out to any of the liberal networks. The frustration of his stupid face is priceless. This video wins the internet today. He's trying to be all badass walking off with his crew, but nope. Look at him wearing a mask. He's wearing a fucking mask in New York City in the public. It's 2024, dude. And masks don't do anything, bro. This guy is a complete fucking retard. What a loser. What a loser.
I mean, this is really, even these people over here are it's kind of crazy. It's really crazy, and this thing, Donald Trump has created this. He should be telling them not to do this, but he's just...
Why would he tell them not to do that? We don't like free speech?
Isn't Trump a threat to all these wars Biden has gotten us into?
Any media questions?
Is this a weaponization of the Justice Department, sir?
Any media questions?
You won't answer the real questions, only the fake news?
Hilarious. Suck it, De Niro. Let's see. We have this meme video that someone made about it. De Niro made a good case to vote for Trump. Let's check it out.
If he gets in, I can tell you right now, he will never leave. He will never leave. You know that. He will never leave. What does that mean?
And the moral of the story is never go full De Niro. That's the moral of the story. Never go full De Niro. But not all of the Hollywood people are pure evil, as we have Dennis Quaid stepping up, saying he's going to vote for the Don in the 2024 election, citing weaponization of the justice system as his reason. Let's check out the clip.
Most folks
After
don't
this brief
realize our
commercial
country is
interlude.
only 4 missed meals
Thanks
away
for your
from
patience
chaos.
as
During
we
a national
skip this.
How to kill all
And
mosquitoes
this one
in the
also,
area in just minutes.
gross,
This
mosquito.
simple but brilliant trick you can do tonight
What
to
is it, making a
eliminate
mosquito
all...
burger?
What do you think of Trump?
I think I'm going to vote for him.
Really?
Yeah, in the next election. Yes, I am.
Are you ready
Let's
for
go.
the blowback?
Well, yeah.
If inevitably comes
well,
with Trump?
you know, I think in this election, everybody's got to, I think they're going to take a side or whatever, but it's, it just seems to me, it
no
just
way.
makes sense. I was ready not to vote for Trump until what I saw is more than politics. I see a weaponization of our justice system.
Yeah.
And
Not sure, Crypto.
A challenge.
What are you
to
referring to,
our
De Niro or
Constitution,
Quaid?
Us as Americans, that I don't think we're going to have. And
Knows
you
what's
know,
up.
Trump is the most investigated person probably in the history of the world.
And they got nothing.
And
Not
they
a
haven't
zip
been able
zilch.
to really get him. People might call him an asshole, but he's my asshole.
Hell yeah. You know, everybody hyper focuses on Trump's personality. He's mean. He tweets his mean tweets. Oh God, all of his tweets is he's gonna throw us all in jail. Personality is fucking irrelevant when it comes to voting for a president. All I care about is policy. I could not give a shit if you're mean. I don't care about your criminal history. None of that. All I care about is policy. Are you going to have small government? Are you for non-interventionist foreign policy? Are you for sound money? Everything else, all the superficial personality stuff is moronic. It's a sign of the left. They vote with emotion and not with intellect. So not the way to do that at all. Good for Dennis Quaid stepping up, speaking out. Damn the blowback. How about this? Jones put this video out earlier today. Apparently, some kind of crazy lefty pointed a gun at Alex Jones at a red light. Right? This is insane. And check it out.
You'd think all these attacks would make me be a demon. And I would do that. I would still attack the New World Order, even if I got persecuted. But I'm not.
That's the other thing, Mom Mac. But he's so unpresidential. According to what? Andrew Jackson was a president. He's a fucking straight killer. Teddy Roosevelt was a president. Straight beast. Alexander Hamilton, Aaron Burr was a VP. Or no, he was something, but he shot and killed Alexander Hamilton, who was VP. Gator, was Alex in his MRAP? I don't think so. He's probably in his Charger. Or is that what he drives, a Charger? I'm not sure, but sorry to divert from the topic. Let's get back into this.
I've had a Jobian experience. It's been rough. It's not been fun, some of it, but Job lost his family and everything, and then God gave it all back to him. Me, I get to sit here in like real time because I guess God knows I'm a wimp compared to Job. It's like, dude, you get it instantly. God comes in every time. I'm just like, it's gotten ridiculous where I'm just like, well, God, there's a giant door just slammed in my face. I just got really persecuted. Some leftists just pointed a gun at me driving down the highway because they saw it was Alex Jones at the red light. That happened a few weeks ago. Hadn't told you that yet. So it's been a few things. And it's like, I just said, I love you when he's pointing the gun at me. And I just didn't call the police, just kept driving the red light, turned green, just ignored it. Look over, guys like, F you, gun pointing at me. White guy, liberal, little chicken neck guy. I was like, man, if this guy shoots me right now, man, that'll really hurt the New World Order. I was just like, And when I wasn't scared, when he was pointing the gun at me, he went, and I went, you haven't figured it out, have you yet?
Strike me down now and I'll become more powerful than you could possibly imagine, Darth. You're only a master of evil. Damn. All that Obi-Wan Kenobi shit.
You haven't figured it out that I am 100% absolutely committed to this.
Goosebumps.
If they SWAT team me tomorrow and threw me in irons, I'm not happy about it. I want to be with my family. But I know the minute I'm in that solitary confinement in jail cell, it's being paid forward for my family, and God's going to take care of them. And now I've reached the level of my ancestors. Now I'm a badass, like ancestors in the main war in Texas, in the main battles. I never talk about it because it would sound like bragging. I mean, those are people. I want to be like them. 12 products that have not been available.
So they're pointing guns at Jones now, and he's staring them down. Legendary, man. That dude is a living legend. Let's hop over to our next topic. Breaking report. World Health Organization fails to score their global pandemic treaty. This is really good news. Let's hear what Tedros has to say about it. United Nations COVID power grab has failed, says Alex Jones. Tedros, along with Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab, are going to prison. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus admits defeat on the WHO pandemic agreement. After more than 2 years of negotiations, member states have failed to come up with a final draft, which it was hoped would be agreed upon at the 77th World Health Assembly starting today. Let's hear what Tedros has to say.
My wish is we will come out of the assembly re-energized, inspired. We will try everything, believing that anything is possible, and make this happen. Because the world still needs a pandemic treaty, and the world needs to be prepared, because many of the challenges that caused the serious impact during COVID-19 still exist. Starting from equity, for instance, was the center of this negotiation.
Fuck equity. Right? Equity means equal outcome. That's fucking impossible unless the outcome is that everybody is at a very low level. We want equal opportunity, not equity. Fuck you, Tedros.
So still exist. And we should really prepare the world. So
smash that like button, guys.
Continue to try everything.
Shoemaker, what's up?
Anything is possible. And as we always say, if there is a will, there is a way. So I'm still positive, to be honest, despite the outcome. That's what I am. That's what I believe. There could be hiccups. The issue is, what do we learn from it and move?
Where's a giant meteor when you when you need it crashing down in this convention?
It's not a failure. Even when I fail, by the way, many times, I try to learn what happened and then move on. Failure doesn't stop us, it should not stop us. But this is not failure. You have really done a lot. You have progressed a lot. I don't call it failure.
Well, what's really going to stop you is Nuremberg 2.0, when we lock all of you fuckers up beneath the jail and due process you all into a volcano. How about that? Due process of law, FBI's asshole, fuck you. I'm talking about due process right into a volcano. That's where I want deport the Democrats into a volcano. Let's see. We have Steve Turley discussing this as well. Let's jump over to his video.
Officials at the World Health Organization have egg all over their faces as their planned pandemic treaty has officially collapsed. We're to see the latest on the imploding worldwide treaty and precisely why the days of the WHO look like they are finally coming to an end.
Let's skip ahead.
Global pandemic. Well, I am ecstatic to report that the WHO's pandemic.
If you guys aren't familiar with Dr. Steve Turley, great commentator, make sure to check him out on YouTube and subscribe. He puts out really good content. Shout out to Steve Turley. Let's continue. He's also a guitar player, so that's pretty cool.
Treaty has officially collapsed. In the words of Deborah Hine, writing for America Greatness, the treaty is, quote, crashed and burned. The announcement of its crashing and burning comes on the heels of the WHO Assembly. That's happening right now as we speak, from May 27th to June 1st, where member nations are convening to discuss ideas to improve global readiness for future pandemics. But implementing a formal WHO treaty appears to now officially be off the table. In the weeks leading up to this assembly, there were, of course, a number of demonstrations all over the world opposing the treaty. Here we see tens of thousands of protesters that came out in the Shinjuku area of Tokyo to protest the WHO treaty. Japanese media reported that it was absolutely stunning in terms of the number of demonstrators that came out all over Japan, from the southernmost island of Okinawa to the northernmost island of Hokkaido. And as you can see, the turnout was huge, tens of thousands of people. And
just for reference, Hokkaido is like the Alaska of Japan. At least that's what I learned in Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, the video game.
Europe, streets were filled up with thousands of protesters, like this demonstration in Austria denouncing the pandemic treaty as an assault on their national sovereignty. Even here in the United States, the Louisiana Senate unanimously, yes, you heard that right, unanimously passed a bill that would prevent any measures mandated by the WHO from being implemented on Louisiana citizens. In fact, the worldwide uprising against the treaty was so massive that the WHO backed down from their more draconian rules. Instead, WHO officials proposed that they could make the treaty non-binding, which means that the countries that sign it will still keep their national sovereignty rather than hand it over to a bunch of unelected WHO bureaucrats. And that controversial Article 13A that appeared to mandate the loss of national sovereignty in dealing with the pandemic, they got rid of it. The latest draft of this treaty completely erased Article 13A.
Fuck yeah, not mandatory. We got breaking news. Speaking about Robert De Niro. Oh no. Robert De Niro says Donald Trump raped me. Oh, allegedly. Allegedly. Of course, just a meme. Fuck you, Robert De Niro. Don't sue me, you son of a bitch. You mook, you malook motherfucker. Back to the WHO stuff. Sorry for the brief interruption there.
From its constitution. And WHO officials even backed down from their insistence on censoring what the WHO considers, quote, misinformation. But as you found out, as things stand, none of those concessions were able to save an already imploding treaty. According to the AP, member states ran into a number of disagreements about implementing the treaty requirements. And after 2.5 years of negotiations, WHO officials are openly admitting that the treaty has basically failed, as it should have. I mean,
boom! Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's jump over to the next topic. Links will be in the description if you want to watch any of these videos or read any of these articles in more detail later on. But are you guys ready for round 2? Get your sonars ready. Ladies and gentlemen, start your sonars. A billionaire in Ohio plans to take 2-person sub to Titanic site to prove industry is safer after the OceanGate disaster. Oh my God. We're doing this again? Anthony Scott wrote this article. Here's, of course, the picture of the OceanGate before it, the OceanGate little sub before it completely imploded. A billionaire from Ohio plans to take a 2-person submersible to the Titanic site to prove the industry is safer following the implosion of the OceanGate submersible last year. Billionaire real estate investor Larry Connor of Dayton, Ohio, said he's planning a trip in a 2-person submersible to the Titanic site with Triton Submarines co-founder Patrick Leahy. In a statement to the Wall Street Journal, Connor stated, quote, "I want to show people worldwide that while the ocean is extremely powerful, it can be wonderful and enjoyable and really kind of life-changing if you go about it in the right way. Will he be using a PlayStation controller for his submersible controls?" That's what I want to know. Not that that's even a bad thing. PlayStation controllers are great. They probably have more tech in them than the Apollo moonlander Apollo 11 had. Connor and Leahy will travel in a $20 million submersible named the Triton 4000/2 Abyssal Explorer. Why don't they just say 2,000? 4,000 divided by 2 is 2,000. Abyssal Explorer, which is designed to plunge over 12,400 feet to the Titanic's resting place. Is it really the Titanic, though, or is it the Olympic? Sunk intentionally by J.P. Morgan for a combination of insurance fraud and to eliminate Astor, Strauss, and Guggenheim, the main competition financially to him, who wanted to block the Federal Reserve Act from being passed. You decide. Look into it on your own. New York Post wrote, an Ohio billionaire is planning to take a deep-sea submersible to Titanic depths to prove the industry is safer in the wake of the doomed OceanGate vessel. Oh, man. Get your popcorn ready, because this is going to be wild. Leahy was a critic of the late OceanGate's founder, Stockton Rush, both before and after the OceanGate submersible imploded, resulting in the deaths of Stockton and 4 other men. We're definitely going to keep our eyes on that just for the pure entertainment value. In other news, we have a disturbing story from InfoWars over here. World War III has never been closer. NATO announces to plan to deploy troops to Ukraine. This is fucked, man. NATO should not even exist. This is redonkulous. Let's check out a minute of this.
Now, a string of NATO countries, and I'll show you the articles, just announced that they are sending troops directly to fight the Russians. If the Russians basically don't pull back, they are going to now have tank battles with them.
Good question, Mama Mac.
And what that means is they're going to start telling you about the dead Brits and the dead Poles and the dead Germans and the dead French and the dead Swedes.
And probably dead Americans, too. Let's be real.
You have Stoltenberg, the head of NATO, last week saying, yes, we're giving Storm Shadow missiles and other heavy cruise missiles to the Ukrainians, and we're directing them. The Ukrainians aren't controlling those. And we're going to start striking major Russian cities.
Oh, man.
Including Russia's strategic nuclear bomber bases. Now, in military doctrine, when you start bombing somebody's strategic nuclear arsenals, that is a absolute red line with the Russians, and they will go absolutely ape.
Go ham.
On the threat escalation ladder. And I told you this a year ago, but now the Russians have officially said, their Prime Minister Medvedev and Putin have both said, we will start striking, that is, the Russians will start striking NATO bases in Europe. And
this is the same thing that happened in World War II. Germany had been broken up into pieces after the 1919 Vienna Treaty, and ethnic Germans were now living in territory owned by Poland and other countries. The Polish started massacring the ethnic Germans in the late 30s, and they basically triggered or coerced Hitler to invade. Same thing is happening with Russia and Ukraine right now. Soviet Union gets broken up after the fall in the 90s. Ukraine ends up on its own with a big section full of ethnic Russians, and they're after the 2014 Maidan coup by the CIA, they started bombing the ethnic Russians in the Donbass region, trying to lure Russia into World War III for their own political purposes, just like they seem to have fomented World War II to consolidate communist power in Eastern Europe. This is crazy. History repeating itself.
Just watch. The Russians are going to do it.
Woof. So if you want to watch the rest of that video, link will be in the description. Highly recommend that. Let's jump over to Liz Crokin, at Liz Crokin, LizCrokin. So we're all aware of the P-Pop-a-Diddy-Pop situation with Puffy being accused of all kinds of nasty stuff, effectively being called out for being the domestic Jeffrey Epstein in the entertainment industry, luring people to parties, drugging their drinks, getting them on video with underage people and everything. Chaos. Last week, J-Lo was accused of functioning as a mule for him at one point, kind of like Ghislaine Maxwell for Epstein. Now we have new information coming out. Jaguar Wright, I'm not sure who this is, but somebody in the hip-hop industry, it seems, suggests Rihanna was trafficked to Jay-Z. So this is expanding. It's only getting crazier. This is nuts. Jaguar Wright says producer Evan Rogers discovered Rihanna at 3 a.m. in a hotel room, I think in Barbados, is that the country she's from, with no parental supervision on the island where she comes from when she was a minor. Wright says Rihanna was then put on a private plane and ended up in a boardroom with Sean Carter, a.k.a. Jay-Z. Rogers has claimed he was in Rihanna's native country, Barbados, vacationing with his wife. Rogers said Rihanna came up to him while he was on the beach and just started singing. In the book The Sound Machine, author John Seabrook wrote of Jay-Z's meeting with then 16-year-old Rihanna and claimed he would not let her leave the building until she signed with his label. Sounds like, artificial imprisonment. What's the word for that? Kidnapping. Various words that could be used to describe that. All kinds of criminal statutes. Seabrook wrote that they were there until 3 a.m. while the lawyers worked out all the details. Rihanna later recalled Jay-Z saying, quote, "There's only two ways out the door if she signed the contract, or out the window if she didn't." Wow. When Wright was specifically asked if Rihanna was trafficked to the United States, Wright replied, quote, "It's starting to sound that way, don't it?" Wright says Rihanna's father showed up later to pick up $500,000 check for his daughter's ass, quote unquote, and goes on to say maybe her album Auntie should be looked into more. That album cover was disturbing. A child bride with a crown over her head and blood smeared on her face. It's been rumored for years that Jay-Z was sleeping with Rihanna when she was underage. So let's check out this disturbing clip here of this person, Jaguar Wright. And let's see what she has to say, because it's highly, highly disturbing craziness.
What would it take for Jay-Z to go down like Diddy did? I don't know. But I got an idea that Evan Rogers is going to help me figure that out.
And who is Evan?
Evan was the producer who only seemed to work on teeny bopper projects, who discovered Rihanna at 3 a.m. in the morning in a hotel room on the island where she comes from, with no parental supervision. And then she was put on a private plane, a minor,
That's right, Mama Mac.
from one country to another without parental supervision.
Sure thing, C-Stock.
And she ended up in a boardroom with
Will do,
Mr.
Gator.
Carter without parental supervision. Y'all got young children. Would you just let your daughter leave and go to a whole other country with some motherfucking niggas you don't know?
Hell no.
Absolutely.
Hell
not.
no.
Doing talent shows at 3 a.m.
So you're saying that the rumors are true. There are rumors circulating that Rihanna was actually trafficked here.
Don't know who that is, Mama
You're
Mac.
saying that
Starting to
that's
sound that way, don't it? Because her daddy ain't show up till 24 hours later to pick up a $500,000 check for his daughter's ass.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Maybe we should look more into that album, Auntie. That album cover was disturbing. A child bride with a crown over her head and blood smeared on her face. I don't know. How do people see SOSs?
Oh, Simon Fuller. Holy shit.
I mean, who knows? Maybe I'm just crazy.
God damn. So the rabbit hole just keeps getting deeper.
What would it take for Jay-Z to go?
And deeper and deeper. This is nuts. This looks like the album cover in question here, Auntie by Rihanna. It looks like it has Braille all over it and a young child with a crown and a Liz Crokin. So disturbing. Yeah. Super, extremely disturbing. Ian Carroll, this dude's the man at Cancel Cloco. Cancel this clothing company. Liz Crokin, your national treasure. Agree. Yeah. Hopefully this is true. Every pedo will be exposed and named publicly. We are coming for you. That's the type of energy we need. We cannot allow this to continue. This is the main vector of control being used to dominate politicians and media moguls. Get them at a freak-off party or at an Epstein party, and you drug them, get them on video, surrounded, in some circumstance with young people, and then you own them forever. So that seems to be what's happening here. Let's jump over to Jake Angeli Chansley at America Shaman, the Q Shaman, a clear case of the mass awakening in full swing, he says. We the people are tired of being lied to. If the intel community wants to gain some credibility, my advice would be stop lying like a child and tell the people the fucking truth. Giving a little boost to J. Michael Waller, who says, one of the 51 who called the Biden laptop Russian disinformation and a big DEI supporter says the U.S. intelligence community is in crisis from bad faith attacks. It's not bad faith attacks. You people are freaking clowns. FP article. Argument. An expert's point of view on a current event. U.S. intelligence is facing a crisis of legitimacy. Bad faith attacks are putting U.S. security in danger. No, the CIA and intelligence is operating in bad faith. This is that typical Saul Alinsky tactic where you look in the mirror, you see what you're doing that's bad, and then you claim that that's what your enemies are doing. And that's what seems to be happening here. Oh, they're bad faith attacks. No, it's the CIA and the FBI and the NSA and the DOJ who are committing the bad faith attacks. You lying sacks of shit. U.S. intelligence agencies and practitioners are undermined by a crisis of legitimacy. Oh, no. Good. You're not legitimate. You should have a crisis of legitimacy. You're not legitimate. So if you want to read that, link will be in the description. Let's take a little trip over to our favorite town in Colorado. We're going down to South Park Town, guys. Gonna have ourselves a time. Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptations. At Colin Rugg. Colin with 2 L's, Rugg with 2 G's. New! Lizzo says she's really that bitch after reacting to the new South Park episode where they make fun of her for her weight. Oh, it's Lizzo. This is freaking hilarious. Did you guys see this? South Park just ripped Lizzo so hard. In this episode, South Park came out with a replacement for Ozempic, which makes you not care about your weight. Lizzo seemed honored by the episode, just like she doesn't understand that it's a big diss. I really showed the world how to. Well, we'll let her speak for herself, but this video of her reacting is hilarious. Did you guys see this? This is so fucking funny. Alicia, the actual town is nowhere near as fun as the show makes it seem. South Park. How do you pronounce it, Alicia, in Colorado? Is it South Park or is it South Park? Let me know. Which emphasis? The emphasis is on what syllable? All right, let's watch Lizzo react to this.
Here we go.
I was telling you, Sheila, these new drugs are pretty amazing. I was feeling so ashamed of myself, watching Randy go out and exercise all the time and not eating as much. But
Sorry for the volume. This is the volume that it was uploaded at. So I'll try to be quiet so you guys can turn up the volume to listen as this plays.
just don't have the same kind of willpower he has.
Which of the drugs are you on, Sharon? Ozempic, Manjaro?
Oh no, I talked to my doctor. He said insurance would only pay for those if I had diabetes.
But if you can't afford them, then how are you managing your weight?
Don't you know, Sheila? Now there's a whole new obesity drug for those of us who can't afford Ozempic and Manjaro. I've controlled all my cravings to be thinner with Lizzo.
It's Lizzo. FDA-approved Lizzo makes you feel good about your weight, and it costs 90% less than Ozempic.
I've lowered my standards and my expectations.
It's Lizzo. In case studies, 70% of patients on Lizzo no longer cared how much they weighed.
I don't give 2 shits.
Lizzo helps you eat everything you want and keep physical activity to a minimum. Some patients report constipation while listening to Lizzo. Stop listening to Lizzo if you experience suicidal thoughts. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis, hypothermia,
What the
and
fucking
literally
album?
shooting out your ears. Are you living with concerns of obesity?
Let's rewind that.
Patients report constipation while listening to Lizzo. Stop listening to Lizzo if you experience suicidal thoughts. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis, hypothermia,
What the
and
fucking
literally
album?
shooting out your ears.
And literally shitting out your ears.
Are you living with concerns of obesity?
Ask about the power of not giving a fuck with Lizzo.
That's crazy. I just feel like, damn, I'm really that bitch. I'm really that bitch. I really showed the world how to love yourself and not give a fuck to the point where these men in Colorado know who the fuck I am and put it on their cartoon that's been around for 25 years. I'm really that bitch, and I'll show y'all how to not give a fuck, and I'm gonna keep on showing you how to not give a fuck. Oh, Lizzo, bitch.
Yes, she doesn't understand that that's a major cell phone. I convinced the public not to give a fuck that they're overweight and probably are going to die at a young age from a heart attack or some crazy shit. It's the exact opposite, Lizzo. You should be telling people to care. Make shame great again. The only way you're going to, like we have such a huge obesity epidemic in this country, and she's an agent of evil, making everybody think it's okay, just lay down and die, just get so fat that your blood coagulates and you just turn into one giant clot. It's not healthy, Lizzo, and you shouldn't be proud of that. You're kind of a dumb cunt. Let's move over to our next story. Interesting idea from Alex Jones here. I want to know what you guys think about this. Jones is suggesting that Trump pick Devin Nunes as his VP. Devin Nunes, the intrepid justice warrior, actual, not social, real warrior for justice, who stood up and refused to back down in the face of all the persecution revealing the evidence behind a crossfire hurricane, the Russia operation to screw over Donald Trump. Let's hear what Jones has to say.
Everybody needs to put pressure on Trump to pick Devin Nunes.
Devin Nunes.
He's smart. He's loyal. He's good.
He's real good.
And that's, I mean, Rand Paul would be great, but he's not asking for the job.
I think
Trump
really
would probably
good
draft
idea.
him. I mean, I think between Nunes and Paul, they're both so smart and such good men.
All you can
I
do
really
is try,
couldn't say
Chris.
this better. It's a stalemate there.
That's right,
We
Gary.
open the phones up later. Tell me who you think would be a good VP. People are mad at him that he said nice things about Haley. Haley has dropped her attacks.
Super annoying, Alicia.
Gotten behind Trump, and Trump says he'll probably give her some position. I think he should not do that at the time. It's like when he backed Mitt Romney for the Senate because Romney promised to support him, then immediately stabbed him in the back. I mean, Nikki Haley's right up there with Mitt Romney, and I mean, Mitt Romney's worse than Marco Rubio.
Yeah, Mittens Romney kills kittens calmly, allegedly, of course.
Well, Rubio can really talk a good game, can't he? He's deep state as they get.
Yep. Fuck Marco Rubio. Let me know what you guys think in the chat about Devin Nunes for VP. Kind of a pick from out of left field, but a really good one, man. Nunes, like Gator said, is a boss. I got a lot of respect for Nunes. He's like in charge of Truth Social, which I think it's like taking a home run hitter and putting him on the bench, basically. So I think he should take him off the bench, put him back in the game. It's time to get up, stretch, and get back in the game, Devin Nunes. Oh wow, Chris, good for you, man. That's great to hear. Good shit, brother. 100 pounds down. Whoop whoop. That's right. Good shit. Yeah. So let's analyze this. Let me know what you guys think. No. It got me to look. Crypto. President Trump picks Devin Nunes as his VP. Alex Jones hopes. So I clicked it too. Like, oh shit, he picked a VP. Like, Trump said, the person I have in mind, is a pretty standard type of guy. So he might have been talking about DeSantis or something at that time. But I think Nunes would be a great pick. Great pick. Yeah, good job, Chris. Another 20. That's nothing. You're on the home stretch, brother. Keep up the good work, man. That's fucking great. So, yeah, Trump now is polling better than he ever has in his entire political career. Crazy B, that's right. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by and joining us today. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, follow the show, repost on X with hashtag #CommonCensored, and check out Crazy B Gaming as well. Trump says he's going to pick his VP during the convention. So we can look forward to that, crypto. Can look forward to that. Look into MCT oil, Alicia. It puts your body in a state of constant ketosis, helping you lose weight that way. Really, really good stuff. Dr. Gundry has a great MCT or MCT. It's either MTC or MCT product that can help do that. Let's jump into this article over at the Gateway Pundit. Donald Trump is polling better than ever in his political career, and here's the proof. We saw him having record support with the same CNN analyst pointing out 22% of black voters now planning on voting. Actually, this was like a week or two ago, voting for Trump. So this is massive. At no time in President Trump's political career have his poll numbers been as good as they are now. Winning, hashtag winning, guys. We are on the right track. Which means that shit is really dangerous right now. As we'll see, I bet they're going to start blaming MAGA for that that Chase Bank that just exploded in Ohio. In Ohio, we've been predicting on this show and elsewhere false flag attacks, bombing black churches, bombing synagogues, bombing federal buildings, and then blaming it on MAGA to try to derail this entire movement. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but we just saw a bank explode in Ohio. We'll get to that in a little bit. My bet is going to be blamed on MAGA. Not at this stage in the campaign in 2020. The polling wasn't this good. Not even in 2016. Currently, President Trump commands a significant lead, somewhere between 2 and 6 points per the RCP average. The Real Clear Politics aggregate of various polls, combining all the polls to try to figure out what the landscape is in a broad sense over Joe Biden in the national polls. Good as those numbers are, they belie even better results when broken down by swing state. According to the latest RCP figures, the 45th president beats Biden by 4 and 12 points in the most competitive battleground states this cycle. Arizona, Nevada, Wisconsin, I almost said Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. Nevada was a state that was considered safely Democratic as recently as 2020. No place is safely Democratic anymore. Even New York is in play, in my opinion. Mama Mac, good for you, too. That's right. You saw a chiropractor that alleviated a nerve that helped you lose weight. That's a really interesting story. So let's see. Is there a video in here? No, but anyway, you can read this and see how Trump is polling better now than he ever has been across the board. This is amazing stuff. We got to keep moving, though, because there's just so much stuff to talk about. Let's see. In related news with Trump polls, we got another Gateway Pundit article over here. This one by Kristen Taylor. Shock poll. Trump takes lead over Biden among black voters. What? If the black voters shift to Trump, it's over. It's over. We actually love and respect you, black voters. The Democrats just want to keep you on the plantation, keep you on welfare, keep you suppressed and divided. We want to uplift you and empower you. Join us, and together we can rule the galaxy. Outlier or trend predictor? Mark Mitchell with Rasmussen Reports revealed initial results of a recent poll, yet to be published, that shows President Trump leading Joe Biden among black voters in both head-to-head and five-way matchups. Mitchell told Steve Bannon on the War Room Tuesday morning that Trump leads Biden by 1 point, 39% to 38%, in a one-on-one matchup. That is huge! 39%! That is, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Oh my God, that is a monumental development. Trump takes an astonishing lead of 43% to 31% in a five-way matchup with RFK Jr., garnering 12% support among black voters. Oh, this is great. Look, we got Forgiato Blow over here with Lou Valentino from the Bronx rally last week, which was epic. Epic. Nothing short of epic. A whole crowd of black and Latino supporters chanting, "Build the wall, build the wall." The race baiting is no longer working. Build the wall is racist. Trump hates, he's xenophobic. He hates minorities. That's the only reason he wants to close the border. Now the people are seeing in New York that opening the border is destroying their communities. Chicago, same thing. The black residents in areas are being displaced as they're bringing in migrants and giving them money and everything. And that video last week we covered from Redacted, that dude predicted, was it Bill Malugin? One of these guys predicted that war is going to break out in Chicago as all these people that he interviewed, black people, were saying, we are at war. We are at war with the immigrants, with the illegal immigrants. Super, super insane. Mitchell said the questions were asked as a part of a monthly immigration survey sponsored by Numbers USA. The previous survey had Biden leading Trump among black voters 61% to 21%. Mitchell noted that the subset polling can be off and that the numbers could swing the other way next month. Last month's Rasmussen numbers were matched by a recent New York Times / Siena College poll that showed Biden leading Trump 66% to 23% among black voters, a substantial improvement from the 2020 election when Biden topped Trump among black voters 87% to 12%. Mitchell also said that among 18 to 39-year-olds, Trump leads Biden by 3 points in a two-way, 5 points in a five-way, without giving specifics. Let's check this video out. Let's zoom and enhance for your viewing benefit.
I have Trump winning a two-way matchup against Biden by 1 win.
Whoops,
I don't think, James Carville, I don't think there's really anything that they can do at this point. We've been going after this, but they lost the Hispanic vote. They're losing the 18 to 39-year-old vote, and even the black vote doesn't look like a shoo-in. A month ago, in our two-way matchup, we had 61% of the black vote going to Joe Biden, 21% going to Donald Trump. Now, it's a smaller subsample. It's going to swing back and forth, but believe it or not, in this latest set, I have Trump winning a two-way matchup against Biden by 1 point among black voters. And these numbers are less than 3 days old.
This is great news.
Donald Trump getting...
Hold it. Hang on. Don't drop a bomb like that. Don't bury the lead here, brother.
This is massive,
Hit rewind
guys.
on that. Give me that again. You were the first guys, and I want to make sure everybody knows. Rasmussen was the first to report this tectonic plate shift of the black vote to President Trump with the 61-21. And of course, they were mocked and ridiculed. Give me what's the latest number? You haven't published this yet, but you're coming out of the field. What's the latest number?
Well, you're going to make me wear this one around my neck. It might just swing back next month, but Numbers USA sponsors the monthly immigration index for Rasmussen reports, and we've been putting matchups in it, and we have a two-way and a five-way matchup, Trump versus Biden. In this one data point, Trump got 39% of the black vote, Biden 38%.
Crazy. And shout out to Crazy B, who's reminding you guys to make sure to join our Discord. Link is in the video description below right now. Join up. We've got a community building over there on Discord. We've got a documentaries and resources section, a section for posting memes, sharing music, TV shows, anything you guys want to talk about. Great crew of people over there. The Common Censored think tank Brain Bank functions as simultaneously a barracks for the info warriors, the members of our info infantry, our Common Censored battalion, and also dual function of an information relay outpost to serve as a force multiplier in the information war to spread and disseminate information and stories and important documentaries. So make sure to check that out. Thanks, Crazy B, for reminding everybody. Link is in the description. Let's continue.
And in the five-way matchup, we have Trump getting over 40%, 43% of the black vote, Biden 31, and Kennedy 12. And also the 18 to 39-year-olds, Trump's up 3 points in the two-way and 5 points in the five-way. So that's, a pretty solid lead considering that Joe Biden has spent about as much money as you would need to fight a proxy war with Russia to buy young voters with student loan bailouts. And that didn't work. So,
you can't take public money and use it for private causes. The Davy Crockett lesson, Foundation for Economic Education's article, Not Yours to Give. Look it up, read it, it's important. They're using public money to buy votes here. It's completely unconstitutional, immoral, arguably illegal. It's bullshit. It's bullshit-tachen. Let's continue.
Throwing them a couple of bucks in the minimum wage, it's not going to move the needle, so to speak. I really think that, of course, something can always come out of the blue, but I think they're stuck with this switcheroo. I think Vivek was right. This debate is Joe Biden's audition.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, I think so too. I said that I was, ended up being busy last night. I've now been busted. Gator found a picture of the party that I was at. Gator, you gotta bust me on everything, man. I didn't take this picture, I promise. Oh man, busted again. Damn you, Gator! Damn you! Let's jump over to our next story, back with Colin Rugg. Colin with 2 L's, Rugg with 2 G's. New. Donald Trump has reportedly sent a cease and desist letter to the creators of the movie, quote, The Apprentice, after they depicted him violently raping Ivana Trump. Trump's attorneys are demanding that the filmmakers not seek a distribution deal in the U.S. Quote, it is a concoction of lies that repeatedly defames President Trump and constitutes direct foreign interest in America's elections. If you do not immediately cease and desist all distribution and marketing of this libelous farce, we will be forced to pursue all appropriate legal remedies. Quote, you have until May 27th, 2024 to respond with your agreement to immediately comply with this demand. The filmmakers have defended the film, calling it fair and balanced. Look at that. Pretty good Donald Trump there. Let's check out this little clip. They got the hair pretty well. He nailed the walk there, the strut, pretty good. It's too bad they had the violent rape scene. You know? Donald J. Trump.
To go and meet him wherever he wants, and
sorry, I'll rewind that.
I would offer him to go and meet him wherever he wants, and talk about the context of the movie, have a screening, and have a chat afterwards.
Who's the actor playing Donald Trump here? Is that the dude that played the Winter Soldier? Looks a lot like him. Yeah, so this is crazy. Gunther Eagleman says, I hope Trump sues the fuck out of him. Colin Rugg agrees 100%. The more they hate him, the more they empower him. Yeah, he's like what's his face? Bishop in the X-Men, who absorbs power from from blaster weapons and gets stronger. True, Colin Rugg says, it always backfires. Always backfires. Fair and balanced, Paul A. Cipula says. Just like all the fraudulent court cases against Trump, right? Give me a break. I hope Trump sues these slanderous pieces of shit into oblivion. He's never been convicted of a crime in his life. He never will be. He might have to appeal, this Friday after the verdict with the whole Stormy Daniels case. Horseface Stormy Daniels. These people are fucking clowns, man. Total clowns. Yeah, so ridiculous situation. Anna Bredenberg over here replied to that as well, saying, yes, Trump has good grounds to sue, especially since Ivana put this to rest in 1993, citing an ABC article. Donald Trump's ex-wife Ivana disavows old rape allegation. Ivana Trump says she is the, quote, best of friends with her ex-husband. Donald Trump's first wife, Ivana Trump, said today that she is the best of friends with her ex-husband, responding to a report in the Daily Beast on Monday that cited her 1989 divorce case deposition in which the former Mrs. Trump claimed Trump allegedly raped her once. A statement today from Ivana Trump appeared to refute the allegations in the deposition, which were revealed in a 1993 book, The Lost Tycoon, The Many Lives of Donald Trump. Quote, I have recently read some comments attributed to me from nearly 30 years ago at a time of very high tension during my divorce from Donald. Right, because a woman spurned has never made a false accusation before, right? She said in this statement today, the story is totally without merit. Donald and I are the best of friends together and we've raised 3 children that we love and are very proud of. And if you guys remember recently when Ivana Trump tragically passed away, I played an interview with Dana White from UFC, who said that Trump was beside himself. Like, he'd never seen Trump emotional, sad, until that event. And he spoke to Donald Trump on the phone, called him up, asked him if he was all right. And he said that Trump was shaken up, which was a first for Dana White, kind of shocked him. Ivana Trump had already walked back the rape allegations in 1993 as the book was about to be published. Quote, during a deposition given by me in connection with my matrimonial case, I stated that my husband raped me, Ivana Trump said in a statement at the time, as the Daily Beast reported, quote, on one occasion during 1989, Mr. Trump and I had marital relations in which he behaved very, very differently toward me than he had during our marriage. As a woman, I felt violated as the love and tenderness which he normally exhibited towards me was absent. I referred to this as, quote, rape, unquote, but I do not want my words to be interpreted in a literal or criminal sense. So she walked it back. Trump campaign spokesman responded, this was in 2015, Monday, to the Daily Beast article saying, this is an event that has been widely reported on in the past. It is old news and it never happened. It is a standard lawyer technique which was used to exploit More money for Mr. Trump, especially since he had an ironclad prenuptial agreement. Always get prenup. It's just a way for the badly failing and money-losing Daily Beast, which has been reporting inaccurately on Mr. Trump for years, to get some publicity for itself. So the people that made the Apprentice movie don't care about that. And they had a rape scene in this movie. Fucking hell. Let's hop over to IMDb real quick. I want to see who the actor was that played Trump in the new movie. It's Sebastian Stan. It's the guy who played the fucking what's it called? The Winter Soldier in the Marvel movies. Sebastian Stan, bro. Why'd you gotta do that, man? Why'd you gotta do that? Bastard. You bastard. Oh my God, they killed Kenny. You bastards. Let's jump to our next topic. This is a wild one as well. The FBI has now justified its deadly force policy in Mar-a-Lago raid because of, quote, life-threatening kitchen utensils and resort gym equipment. Oh no, dumbbells. Beware the dumbbells. What is it? The chef with Steven Seagal is going to come out from the back room with knives like that guy in Indiana Jones. So ridiculous. Remember that? The guy spins the big sword around and Indy's just like, boom, blasts him. Yeah. So Judge Aileen Cannon last Tuesday unsealed numerous motions. Obviously, they talking about F. POTUS, former POTUS. They should be prepared to engage with F. POTUS and USS security team, United States Secret Service, USSS security team. Crazy. They sent dudes in plain clothes with bolt cutters and weapons concealed into a hotbed of Secret Service. They were trying to provoke a confrontation that could be used to demonize MAGA and Trump. Same thing that they did on J6. This was another attempted op and possibly even attempted assassination. This is, ridiculous. So now they're talking about kitchen knives. Goalposts have been moved again. Joe Biden's FBI justified its authorization of the use of deadly force during their Mar-a-Lago raid because of, quote, life-threatening contraband in the kitchen and gym. Oh, no. But wasn't it just standard policy? Yeah, one or the other. One or the other. Yeah, exactly, Threeper. Threeper says, Malinowski comes to mind. Same type thing. They may have been trying to set Trump up to be taken out by the FBI if Secret Service resisted. What is Secret Service supposed to do? A bunch of dudes show up in plain clothes and start busting out weapons and bolt cutters, claiming to be FBI? How do you know they're FBI? This was intentionally designed to stoke a conflict. Luckily, Secret Service didn't take the bait. Nobody fired any shots, and the situation was defused. But this was an attempted incident, in my opinion. Let's hop over to Gaza, where Earl of Olay at Beware of Doggerel posted this. Damn you, Joe Biden. You fucked this one up as badly as Afghanistan and soon Ukraine. Posting S.L. Canthan saying, America is truly in its last stage as an empire. Can't even build a simple pier in Gaza. $320 million washed away by the sea before even being completed. Corrupt military contractors, corrupt politicians, corrupt, quote, democracy. Fuck democracy. All democracy is two wolves and a sheep voting on what's for dinner. So the Gaza pier has washed away, apparently, in a seeming act of God akin to the George Floyd mural being struck by lightning in Minneapolis. You guys might remember that. I think I have a video of that in the topics as well, just as a reminder as we celebrate the 4th year of sobriety for George Floyd fucking criminal scumbag who pointed a gun at the belly of a pregnant woman in a robbery before beating the woman with his cronies. Let's check out this video of the pier just washing away. The American pier simply disconnected, really flooded. Soon the roof, falling in the water, everything is going to drown. This is how the guilty, etc. Hilarious. This is good. Threeper, those waves look nothing like the North Sea. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I don't know anything about the North Sea, really. But we also do have the Gateway Pundit reporting on it as well. Another national embarrassment. Joe Biden's $320 million floating Gaza pier just broke off and is now sinking. So if this is inaccurate, I'm blaming the internet. All I'm doing is reporting what's being reported. This was Jim Hoft who wrote this article. With all the foreign policy disasters under Joe Biden's watch, you have to ask yourself, is this all on purpose? Yes, it is. Humiliation ritual, as we're in like the failing stage of an empire where the people at the top are just gutting it and stealing as much as possible during the collapse. Is the Biden regime intentionally trying to make the United States look feckless, inept, and weak? Yes. Joe Biden's floating Gaza pier broke loose this weekend. It is now sinking. The Palestinians in the video are heard laughing as Biden's pier sinks. Clash reporting $320 million Gaza pier, a floating dock built by the U.S. Army, has now broken loose and has reportedly began sinking. So I don't know. Is this real? Aloha snack bar.
תראו מה קורה למזח של האמריקאים, פשוט התנתק וממש מוצף, עוד מעט המשאית נופלת למים, הכל פה הולך לטבוע.
No community notes on it yet saying it's not accurate. Irish06, thanks for reporting it. Lamestream Media certainly won't. Havoc6 reporting this. 4 U.S. Army vessels supporting the humanitarian floating pier mission in Gaza became unmoored by rough seas. Military officials said 2 vessels are now anchored on a Gaza beach near the pier. U.S. Central Command said in a statement on Saturday the other 2 are beached further north on the coast of Israel near Ashkelon. Can you share the reports of it sinking? Let's hop over to NPR. U.S. Army vessels become unmoored near floating pier in Gaza. This is crazy, man. The whole situation is nuts. Give me a second here while I add this into the show notes. Highly bizarre. I want to know what you guys think. Threeper says, does not look like waves in the North Sea. Threeper would be in a better position to know than me. That's for sure. Boom, added these to the list so you guys can review them on your own later. Let's jump back over to the U.S. and talk about this next topic, which is insane. Holy balls. This is totally crazy. Thanks to the 46 people watching on Rumble. Appreciate all of you censored commenters joining us for this broadcast. If you're new to the show, this is Common Censored, and I'm your host, Lord Sterling, which is a moniker that I use to an homage to my 8X great-grandfather, who was George Washington's arguably most trusted general in the Revolutionary War. So here we are with Alex Jones saying, can't wait to hear how this is spun. They're probably going to blame MAGA. That's my bet. The General at General MC News reporting, breaking Chase Bank building explodes in downtown Youngstown, Ohio. People are missing under the rubble. Prayers going out to the innocent victims of this horrific attack. It looks like, look at this. Boom. Fucking bank just exploded. Remember a couple years ago that AT&T building in, I can't remember what state, looked like it got hit with a missile. They claimed there was a truck bomb outside, but the damage was inconsistent. It was a weird AT&T building with fake windows. That's like a data gathering center or something. AT&T being a front, it seems like, for the NSA. And similarly to the AT&T Long Lines building in New York that now functions as an NSA data hub. It's like this giant cement colossus with no windows. Creepiest building in America, arguably. So what the f is happening here, man? What the hell is going on? The general update is being reported that the explosion occurred due to a gas leak. Ah, that explains why I saw somebody in the comments say, "Oh, racist gas lines." Oh my God. Looks like the street was barricaded, kind of like it was planned. Interesting. Evangelina. Do we see any barricades? Oh, there are cones over here. Maybe there was a gas leak reported and they cleared the area, but there are people inside who are lost in the rubble they're reporting, so I don't know if that really makes any sense. Crazy. Street side, yeah, the side street is barricaded off. How convenient. Very interesting. Hamas is hiding in banks now. Jim Cole is here, said. News reports saying it's a gas explosion. People have been evacuated to the hospital. It's like we're living in Gotham. Jen says, nobody freaks out as long as the chaos goes according to plan, even if it's a horrifying plan, right? The buildings just explode, folks. Show me those short positions. I don't know what happened, but it was definitely Trump's fault. That's a conservative veteran. Yeah, they're going to blame MAGA, I got a feeling. Super sketchy. Super sketchy. And on the sidewalk outside, they found perfectly intact Saudi passports. Akin to 9/11. What? Who's Jen? Who's Jen? Red Crypto. Jen is hilarious. Did I read a comment from said Jen? Jen. Oh, yeah. If she's hilarious, I'll follow her. Thanks for the heads up on that, Red Crypto. Shout out to Jen. So, yeah, this is highly weird. Let's see if there's any updates on this. AT&T. AT&T explosion. Do you remember when the AT&T storefront blew up on the street? That's what I was talking about. That weird. Yeah, it must have been the Nashville explosion with the AT&T building a couple years ago. Looks like Nashville explosion of AT&T. What is going on with AT&T buildings? Yeah, look at this. This is the Long Lines building that I was just talking about. You remember the explosion Christmas Day 2020 AT&T? Watch this. Let's see what that's all about. I do not remember that. An explosion associated with the Long Lines building.
American billionaires suddenly
Let's check it out after this brief commercial interlude.
They know
Roger Stone.
Welcome to the scariest building in America, perhaps the scariest building in the world famous windowless AT&T building at 33 Thomas Street, downtown New York, a giant skyscraper, so nefarious looking.
They're playing the music from 28 Weeks Later in the background. Really good song.
That even the Inside Edition is there to report on.
Interesting three-part.
Everybody's seen this building. What's going on? It's the central hub of the Skynet HQ deep state system, the workhorse, the building that everybody's been looking for. And you're going to find out why.
This is where all your data is being stored. Before we continue, it's time to end the YouTube and Facebook broadcasts and bring everybody over to Rumble and X exclusive. Boom, I just posted the links to Rumble in the YouTube and Facebook chats, so make sure to join us. We got to drag people off of mainstream tech over onto alt tech. So come join us where the water is warm and where we all float down here off of the main street in the sewers of alt tech, soon to be the main street itself. Thanks for watching on YouTube and everything, but we got to ditch you. So come join us if you can't make it. Sorry to have to leave, but we'll catch you on the flip side. Until then, let's get